Welcome to today's Collaboard webinar. My name is Michael, I'm one of the co-founders of Collaboard, and I'm looking forward to show you the new features of version 8.3, which we already has released a few weeks ago, and of Collaboard version 8.4 that will come in September 2025. So let's start together, and we are taking here our Collaboard core and drive to the first station, which is the new dashboard. So the dashboard is when a user logs into Collaboard, then he or she sees an overview about all the whiteboards that have been created. And our goal was to make this dashboard clearer, cleaner. We improved it so it's easier to sort the boards and search for boards. We updated the profile page. And for the people who administer Collaboard, we also improved the administration. But let's have a look on how the new dashboard looks like. So if I'm going here to the new dashboard, you will see the controls are now here on the left side where I can click on home. Now I see all the boards which I have created and all the whiteboards to which I have been invited. Then I can click here on my project to see all the boards which have been created by myself. And I can also go to the archive. The last 7 or 8 whiteboards are always displayed here with a thumbnail. So I see the last one which I have created also with a visual representation. And then a little bit below I have a list of all the boards. I can sort them, for example, to see the last opened boards. And that's very useful because maybe I know I did before the summer holidays, I created a whiteboard, and now I want to refine it so I can sort it based on the date the last time I have opened it. To see some additional information about the whiteboard, I can click here on the info button. So now I see also when the board has been created, when it has been updated the last time, so when changes happened on the board, and I also see when the board was opened the last time. And then I have some additional information like who is the owner of the board, who are the collaborators on the board, and I can also add tags. So tags is an option to structure the boards I have created in a cool way. And there is also the option to move a board into a space. And the beautiful thing about the spaces is that they are like folders for whiteboards, so I can move and organize my whiteboards in the spaces. We also updated the profile, so if I want now change my profile in Collaboard, I can click here, go to profile. I have here several different settings like name, company name, the role in the company, and so on. I can also upload and change here my profile picture. And in case a user would like to still use the old dashboard, then I have here the option to set the preferences of the user interface and also go back to the old dashboard if this is something I would like to do. Now for the people who administer Collaboard in an organization or in a company, they have here now a much cleaner interface, for example, to adjust the branding, to adjust the default color palette that's available to all the users. It's possible to manage the user here, to upload custom fonts, and all the customizations that are possible in Collaboard can now be done directly from this interface here. Also setup of single sign-on and stuff like that can be done directly here from this part. Yeah, so this is the new dashboard, and now let's move to the next new feature, which is the global search. So what does the global search do? It's basically a search to search content across all the boards you're part of, and it searches for all the text. So this could be text in sticky notes, text on the text object itself, or also if there is, for example, text in shapes or lines or whatever. So all the text can be searched. The global search also searches for board title, of course. And the other cool thing is that you can search in the templates. This can be the Collaboard templates, the official one, the community templates. It can also be the templates that your organization has created and provides to you, or you can also search in your personal templates. Now let's have a look on how global search in Collaboard works. So if we go back to the dashboard, we will now see here on the upper right and just on a short notice, the search is only available in the new dashboard. In the old dashboard, global search isn't enabled. Now what I can do, I can click here on the search icon, and now I can just search everything I have done in Collaboard. Now in my case, let's just search for Collaboard. And now I see I have created 14 projects, which equals whiteboards with the name Collaboard. And then I see I have 300 pieces of content on the different boards. And now the cool thing is I can just click here on that search result, and I will jump directly to the specific content on this specific board. So it's a very nice and very powerful search that allows me to refine things I have created several months or weeks ago. So this is the idea of the search. It allows you to find things that you have created in Collaboard in a much faster and easier way. The next feature we implemented with version 8.3, and let's take our car to the next feature, is the tape brush and the tape font. So what is this? This is a new drawing tool we introduced to Collaboard, and along with this new drawing tool we also introduced a new font, and this has happened based on a cooperation with a workshop methodology called Facilitate. One of my highlights is that we also have 16 Facilitate templates in Collaboard, and I will show you them in a few seconds. So what's the idea of the cooperation of Collaboard and Facilitate? So the workshop methodology basically allows you to tape in physical rooms. So this is a way to create a specific mood in that room. Also, it's much easier to ask people, take a tape and visualize something than to draw. So because the tape is a simpler element than just a pen and a flip chart. And this is a methodology that has a lot of people using that in real workshops. And we thought, how cool would it be to bring this also to the digital world? So basically we sat together with the founders of Facilitate and brainstormed about how to bring this into Collaboard. And this is what we have done now. So just to give you here an idea, on the upper right, next to the standard drawing tools, you find now the tape drawing tool that allows you to draw here straight lines. There is also a specific color set for this tape, which mimics the tape colors from the real world. And now the cool thing is you can create very nice structures and things like that. And you see we really mimic the tape experience by also have this special way of displaying the end of the line. And to give you some ideas, we added here in the template library some of these specific tape drawn icons that are also used in the real life workshops. And there are a few use case ideas how this can be used. So for example, it allows people to prepare workshops, right? So if you plan to do, if you plan to tape a room, now you can do it digitally beforehand. You can check how it looks like. You can, for example, upload a picture of the room into Collaboard, and then you can already pre-prepare that, and that's a very nice way because you don't need to be in the room to already think about how the room could look like. And as Collaboard is a collaborative tool, so you can work together with multiple people on the same board, it allows you also to do this together from different locations, so you can bring people together doing this tape methodology directly on the board itself. And another very nice use case is that if you have done an analog physical Facilitate workshop, you can continue this now in the digital world, or you can also start creating some hybrid setups where you can use that. And in the end, it's a new way to visualize things on the whiteboard itself. And this is more or less, this is what I like the most. So it gives you just the new options to visualize things, as I have used the Facilitate, the tape brush here now, also to create this road of new features which we are looking at together. So the next feature is a feature set basically which we released that goes along with making Collaboard more accessible. So basically we implemented ways to use Collaboard completely with the keyboard, so you don't need to use the mouse. For example, with the tab feature, you see this now, I can jump between the different tools inside the board. So that's one thing. So I can locate every tool, and I can also use, for example, the shortcut N to start creating a sticky note, and then with tab I select the color, press enter, and I'm creating a sticky note now only with my keyboard. So it's not needed to use the mouse to work with Collaboard now. And the second thing we did is the option that you can use the Alt key and the arrow keys, basically to select content on the whiteboard also without using the mouse. And what's the big benefit here? So in this case, of course, you don't need the mouse, but if you don't have a mouse, it was very difficult in the past to go to a specific element. And in case you're using a screen reader, then in this case now, you can use the keyboard to jump to the specific location or to the specific object on the board, and then use the screen reader, for example, to have the text written on a sticky note read out loud. So that's the idea. And combined with the dark mode in Collaboard and all the other accessibility features that were already present, we are now very confident in saying Collaboard has a major improvement for accessibility in total. Then let's move to the new template experience, which is also a big part of the new release. We already have seen the facilitate templates, so there are some new templates. But what was our intention updating the template experience? So the idea was to provide a much better overview about the templates which are here in Collaboard. Every user can now also set favorite templates. So if you have a template you're using very often, you can make it a favorite, and favorites can be defined for all the official templates from Collaboard. You can do this for the organizational templates, and you can do this as well for the personal templates you create. And what we do as well, some of the templates might be a little bit more complex, so there is additional information needed. So we can now also display additional information directly in Collaboard regarding that template. So, and to mark a template now as a favorite, that's super easy. You just click here on the heart icon. Now it has become a favorite, and every user can click then here to see the favorite templates and access them in a much easier way. So that's the biggest change here. So it's the whole way how the templates are visualized. So you see now more templates. It's easier to browse them and find the template that you might want to use for your specific use case. Yeah, these are the features we implemented in version 8.3. So all of them are already live, and you can use them if you are using the Collaboard cloud version. On-premise installations just need to update to get all the latest features. Now, let's look together into the future and about version 8.4, so what has been implemented there, and we will focus on the functionalities that will be perceived by the users who are working with Collaboard. So the first optimization we did here is optimizing the video. So Collaboard is one of the few online whiteboards where you can upload a video directly to the whiteboard, where you can watch it. And now we start to add some more and additional features to the video itself. And let me show you what we're going to do. So we added some new controls. So basically it's now easier than ever to display, to watch a video, so the controls become more intuitive. And the new feature that comes along with the new video optimization is the option to take a screenshot out of the video from every different scene. And just to give you here an example, so this is a video we created for the, let's say, National Day of Switzerland, which has happened on the 1st of August. And now you see there are some mountains, candles, and cakes flying around. And what you can do now, you can take a screenshot from every scene of that video. And in this case, it's quite easy now to spot also how things change in that video. And some of the use cases we believe that could be really relevant for that is, for example, to find errors in AI videos. As there are so many AI videos and it becomes more and more difficult to spot if they're real or not, and if there are maybe some things not 100% correct, then this is now something you can do in Collaboard. So if you train somebody on recognizing faults in AI videos, then you can do this here as well. And that can also be used in a very nice way for educational purposes. And another use case, think about a training video and a trainer is explaining something, explaining how a software works, or there are some slides with information. So if you upload this video to Collaboard, now you can easily take screenshot out of that and save this one specific moment as an image to the board. So you don't need to rewatch the video. You can always go back to the picture you have taken. And then you have all the options of Collaboard, like the sticky notes, the drawing tool, or whatever, to annotate on that specific frame you took a screenshot from the video itself. So this will be available with version 8.4. And the next feature that we're going to release is ink grouping. So what does this mean? Let me explain this to you on an example. And what does the feature do? Basically, if you use the pen, either with the mouse or with a pen on your tablet, and you write something on a sticky note, then Collaboard is recognizing that you have written that on the sticky note and creating automatically a group. So if you move now the sticky note around, then what you have written stays there. And some of the use cases ideas are if you work with an interactive display, like you see me doing in this picture here. Now you can just grab the pen, add a sticky note to Collaboard, write down your idea, and everything is grouped together. So the user experience has become much, much smoother. Also, if you brainstorm with Collaboard and if you have a tablet with a pen and you do that with sticky notes, the experience is much better. And you might have heard that people are more creative when they use a pen compared to a keyboard. So in case you want to try that out, I really recommend you to use Collaboard also on a tablet with a pen. And in this case, now everything becomes just much smoother. So this grouping of ink together with a sticky note doesn't only work with the sticky note itself. You can also use this with images. And here the idea is you have an image in Collaboard, you make some annotation with the pen, and then this also sticks together automatically. So if you move the image, all the annotations you made come along directly with that as well, and you don't need to select everything to move it. So it's just a very nice way to bring things together and make it easier for the user to work with a pen and with Collaboard. Now, the next optimization, it's a small adjustment of comments. So far it wasn't possible to change comments. And now with the next update, you will be able to change a comment you already have created. Maybe there are some grammatical mistakes or whatever. So in this case, you can correct that, or maybe there is some other things you want to change. So this is something you want to do. And we are going to plan ahead for later this fall also some other major optimization for the comment feature. As Collaboard is designed for real-time collaboration where people are all on the same board and see visually what's happening, the comments are a great way to work in an asynchronous way. So we're going to improve the way how comments work in Collaboard a lot. So stay tuned for some other optimizations coming quite soon. The next optimization is for the lines in Collaboard. So the lines allow you to connect elements on the whiteboard, right? Either with a direct line, a curved line, or an orthogonal line. And now we allow you to define when this line breaks. Let's check out, let's have a look at an example. So One use case is that you visualize a process or you create a diagram. And now what you can do, we see this here in this picture. You have here these specific locations on the line where you can decide where it breaks. So when you create a process or a diagram or something like that, now you can adjust it much more to the way you want to look it. So that's the basic idea. And these waypoints for the line, as we call them, they will be released for curved and orthogonal lines. So everybody who is doing a lot of diagramming and visualizations for processes, will be improved a lot, because now you can define and you're freer to adjust the lines created by Collaboard, and not just the Collaboard algorithm is defining when it breaks. So for us also a major breakthrough, because it will improve the way you can implement these use cases a lot. Now another small optimization coming as well, it's the right click for penning on the board. So at the moment you can, for example, press the space bar. Now you see my mouse pointer changes into a hand, so this allows me to pen on the board without selecting any objects. And with the next release, then it will be possible that you can do the same using a right click, and this has somehow become a little bit an industry standard of other whiteboards. So we have thought it's a good thing to implement this in Collaboard as well, just to improve the user experience when working with our whiteboard solution. And now the last feature, or the last major thing I would like to tell you about for version 8.4. So we had a lot of customers who are switching from other whiteboards to Collaboard at the moment, and we want to make this transition faster and easier. So we are working actively on an import function for other whiteboards. So this will allow you to import boards from other whiteboard software into Collaboard, and it will save you a lot of time when moving a board from one solution to Collaboard. And that's our main idea here, just to save you time when moving Collaboard from one tool to the other. So that's the main idea, to make this transition faster and easier. So stay tuned for this new feature. Just one thing to mention: it will never be a 100% import, so it always will need some manual adjustments as well. So just to let you know, but we believe it will be faster and will save you a lot of time. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you today. So thanks a lot for using Collaboard, and now we have time for some question and answer. For the ones who already want to leave, thank you very much for attending the webinar. I really hope you like the new features and the improvement that will come in the future, and we're looking forward to the next release that will happen early and mid of September. Thank you very much and have a great day.